Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, what's up? I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
And here we are, we're the princes of the universe. Here we belong, fighting for survival. We've come to be the rulers of your world.
Hello.
Hi, John.
It's me.
Hey, John.
Your old friend, John.
It's me, Kevin. I'm
Oh,
here.
hey, bro. Hey, it's good to see you.
We're joined, thankfully, by our good friend Andrew.
Couldn't be more happy.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks again for having me. I love coming on this show and being the seventh degree from Schwarzenegger.
Dude,
You
yes.
Through
You
you.
certainly are.
Well, we're here to talk more Highlander. There's plenty to discuss. Thank you and welcome to all our listeners, new listeners, old listeners, listeners on the Last of the Action Heroes podcast network.
Yes.
Check out some of the other shows that are going on over there. There's all types of Stallone things, which we hate. No, actually, Stallone movies are the funnest to talk about because his are arguably some of the shittiest
The most
and most
insane.
unhinged movies of the 80s.
But they're shows specifically devoted to Seagal, Van Damme, all the
I
icons of the
feel like
era.
the Seagal guys might have left, but we need to fill their void.
I'd
with,
like to fill her void.
I want to do Under Siege in the worst possible way. So we'll do Under Siege at
Okay,
some point.
yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones giving a killer performance.
Yeah, we'll get
Gary
that one up.
Busey in drag. Steven Seagal ripping throats out.
As I say, that's my favorite improv category. Is Gary Busey and drag. Go.
Yes. So yeah, we'll get to these movies sooner or
Yeah.
later. We will also bring you more Schwarzenegger movies because there's a few that we have not talked about
That's
yet.
right.
We're biding our time.
Yeah, we can't exhaust the well. But
Yeah. But yeah. So
in the meantime, what are we talking about today?
We're back. We're on our Highlander shit. Highlander.
We're
Highlander.
finishing off our Highlander series.
Yes, this is the ultimate episode. It ain't the penultimate episode, that's for sure.
We've done that one already. You listened to it, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a fucking batshit movie out of 1986. I think John's gonna try to catch us up on this mayhem.
All I know is what happened after in the action of the last episode is that Highlander went on a weird date with Brenda in which he cornered her into revealing that she was a sword expert who wanted to know about his sword, but he was like baiting her for some unknown reason. Like, we don't know why.
He emotionally assaulted her with a book.
Yeah. And he was like, I just wanted to know what your feelings were.
You're selfish.
Um,
You're only thinking about yourself.
And then next thing we know, he's in Central Park with Castigear, who is another immortal.
The last episode. I mean, we're well past the midway point of the movie.
Yeah.
We got two new characters
Huge,
dumped in
like
our laps.
big characters that take up 30%, 20% of the movie.
At least half of the last part.
Yeah, and so Castigear is an immortal who McLeod's known for probably centuries.
Buddies.
and they're like, and Castigear's like, yeah, man, shit's going down. Gathering's going to be here. You ready? And McLeod's like, what? Okay, cool.
What?
And so they drink hooch and reminisce on old times. And then the next thing you know, a batshit crazy survival fetishist / Punisher, imitator, is riding around New York looking for a fight and finds one and finds Castigear getting killed by a Kurgan. And a Kurgan kills Castigear, absorbs the quickening, and the fetishist ends up in the hospital where he's questioned by Frank and Walt, and he's like, dude, Highlander didn't do this. Another crazy fuck did.
There's another dude.
And I mean, that's about it.
I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Obviously, Highlander is going to clash.
The last battle is coming
with the Kurgan soon. Some Kurgan.
And Kurgan.
The ultimate Kurgan.
And Kurgan. Andrew, did that seem about right?
I think we're good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that like it's really disappointing. You know, we get to that in the last episode we talked about some of the moments that could have really endeared this movie to us more if we had focused a little bit more on those vignettes of McLeod's life throughout time.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't have as much of
That's
it.
the bread and butter. That's what makes this movie interesting is the jumping around in time. You can do interesting things with your storytelling that way.
Yeah. So yeah, we
don't,
we
but
talked
you
a lot
could.
last time about like missed opportunities. So yeah, we're gonna rewrite this together. But it's gonna be
We
about
should, like-
a lowlander instead of a Highlander. We're gonna go
Well,
Dutch.
he's from Isla. He's the Islander.
Ooh, Highlander. That's good.
Do you remember the Super NES game Turtles in Time?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've played that drunk. I'm pretty sure all of
So
us have
many
played that
times.
drunk at my old apartment at one point or another. But like that shit's like, why not have like show 3 or 5 minutes of Highlander in the Old West? Show 3 or 5 minutes of Highlander on the high seas at a different
Yeah.
point in time.
Absolutely.
Show him in ancient Egypt. Like show him jumping. He was born after ancient Egypt, but like there are ample opportunities where they could have shown him in like small doses, like living this life
Absolutely.
and gaining
The
experience.
Revolutionary War.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like it would just cost too much.
We got a limited thing of him around Revolutionary War times. It's 1783. We
Or
see
World
him
War
in
II.
World War II briefly.
yeah, World War II times.
You know, that's interesting that you call that out, though, because why was he in France for World War II if he's been living in the U.S. since the 1700s? We just found that out
hopping
last
around.
time. So maybe he was just like, I'll go fuck around in Europe for a while. Oh, no, a war.
I guess when you're alive the whole time, you probably have to psych yourself out and be like, I gotta move. I gotta
I
go
got to
somewhere
get back
else.
over to Europe.
Like I've spent 150 years here. I've got to leave. This town
I haven't been
sucks.
stabbed in so long. Let's go to that war zone.
Or maybe he has been. He's like, it's time for a new stabbing. I don't know. Anyway,
My big beef so far is just like I don't see any attraction between Highlander and Brenda, the forensics police officer. Like I don't see why I have not sensed any actual attraction between them thus far.
we talked about another missed opportunity where it could have been like he's connecting with a spirit like from an olden time that
Yeah.
looked
That-
exactly like her, which would have made more sense.
Or you just make them platonic.
But
They don't
but-
have to fuck.
But for him to show up at her
buddies.
house and like and then humiliate her somehow by showing her own book and then
Call
saying
her
like,
out like that he knows that she's lying.
Yeah.
but like that's such a weird flex to be like, I know you're lying. Why isn't this about me and my feelings? Is so weird and manipulative.
Every
Yeah, no,
date
he's
that
a-
I've ever gone on where I've told the woman within the first 5 minutes that she was a liar has ended really well.
I know you're a liar. You liar.
Let me just start this off by telling you you're a liar.
I know you're a liar.
I brought your book
Did you
that
ever-
sold 3 copies. It sucked.
Did you ever come and present them with a not only a bottle of
Just-
alcohol but also a gift?
Well, I printed out all their Facebook history and handed it to them and said,
I've never brought a gift that wasn't like a bottle of alcohol for
Yeah,
a date.
That was weird to show up with 2 things.
Yeah.
Show up with 2 things, both of them to ridicule her.
But maybe Emily
guess not.
Post was
I-
like,
I would love
bring
to-
alcohol and a gift.
I would love to try some 200-year cognac.
I wonder.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
do.
taste
I do.
good, or does it taste not
Well,
as good as
that's
new
the thing. Is
stuff?
like if it's not been sitting in a barrel because it can. It's been aged because otherwise it would just evaporate. But sitting in a bottle,
Sitting
I would
in a glass
love to just
bottle,
like.
yeah.
I would love to taste that and see what. Because I love. You've had some cognac. I've made you.
I've
taste
had some
it.
Hennessy and
Yeah,
stuff.
some
Yeah,
cognac.
yeah.
Andrew, do you like cognac?
Like it all right. It's not my like first choice, but it's something that like in the right moment, in the right situation or environment, it seems like that's a good drink to have.
It's
Yeah.
smooth drinking if you get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some that can be a little more abrasive, but like some things like I like Armagnac. Anyway,
I like
we'll
to drink
talk
like a peasant. I want beer and whiskey.
there you go.
Ales and meads.
Yeah.
Someday, as like a mini-sode, John will have to tell you the story of the time that we just got
Oh fuck.
obliterated
Fucked up on
at this
mead?
place.
Yeah.
On mead at this place called the Ship and Shield.
On Leif Erikson Day.
Did they have turkey legs there?
No, they should have, but they had basically, it was like standard pub fare food, but it was supposed to they billed themselves as being the Viking experience.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But they had they had half a dozen or more meads on draft.
Fuck.
And then they had a list of mostly very high gravity beers. And so, Andrew and I and a bunch of the guys at the office were like, let's fucking celebrate Leif Erikson Day at this Viking restaurant. And we went and we got absolutely obliterated. And that's where, I think I told you, that's where I bought that famous $72 pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Andrew
They had it like
I
postmated or
I
whatever.
was like, I had them like bring it over by favor. It's like, that'll be $80, please.
They didn't even bring the right kind, those fuckers.
No, they brought the wrong fucking pack. Anyway,
I smoked it.
what's this podcast about?
We're gonna take a hard turn back into Highlander territory.
About the movie.
Vikings was close.
Yeah, it was very close.
So we pick the action up at this magnificent cathedral. McLeod, he's lighting a prayer candle. He's kneeling to wish a happy birthday to Heather. That's his wife who died many hundreds of years ago in Scotland. He asks his good buddy Ramirez to look after her in the
that's
afterlife,
sweet
I guess.
touch.
Do Highlanders and regular people go to the same place when they die?
I don't. That's interesting. They don't ever talk about where a soul goes, because at this point, I think when you, as an immortal, your soul's absorbed. So is there an afterlife for you, or are you cognizant as an immortal when your soul is rattling around inside a Kurgan's body?
Oh, that would suck. You're like trapped in the Kurgan.
You're in there like banging around.
Ooh, in like a Get Out type situation where you're like in the
sunken place.
Yeah.
the sunken place inside the Kurgan. Some Kurgan's sunken place.
Yeah, that would fucking suck. Although, the Kurgan's doing some kinky ass shit with these women of the night, so maybe it's not all bad.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that maybe all you're absorbing is the like the power, like
the sexual virility.
Yeah.
well, mostly the power, but then like maybe the cognizance, everything else goes to like a Jedi place, like a post-death Jedi place. That's what I have to imagine, is that like your psyche goes over here and your physical immortal power goes over here.
After the blue lightning's done
maybe.
zapping your shit.
Andrew, you did not lie. This movie was full of blue lightning.
Oh yeah,
I did love it.
It's the most blue lightning per frame of any film ever made, I think.
They're gonna blow the budget out on this last chapter with the
they were
blue
like,
lightning
holy
as well.
shit, we got to have more blue lightning.
But yeah, this cathedral is magnificent. It was also in London.
Yeah, not in New York. The choir boys are singing "Now Thank We All Our God." If you're into hymn tunes,
I am.
and the nuns there are wearing those like Dutch habits with the like weird white, like Flemish.
it's so you know they're nuns.
The only other place I've seen that shit is in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Or the flying nun.
Or so Kurgan enters the church.
Of course.
He kneels in front of some other candles, which he starts extinguishing and being a general bastard.
Right.
The nuns and other worshipers, they aren't digging this dude's vibe.
He walks up to the same shrine. He'd been like staking the joint out, walked up to the same, not shrine, but altar to the Virgin. And it's like putting out the candles that McLeod was lighting, and others is like, fuck this shit.
Well, and we should remind our viewers that he's lighting the candle for Heather's birthday. He promised her.
Right. Yes.
That's correct.
That he would light a candle
call.
for her on her birthday every year.
Which is awesome. That's a very cool detail.
He's been keeping it up for hundreds of years, presumably.
Yeah.
Good
Very
for him. Carrying the torch. I like that.
But I also wonder, like, in 1980s New York in a cathedral, I'm going to go ahead and say that probably even more so than now, vagrants and shit just busting up in there is probably a normal thing.
pretty standard, I imagine.
So for people to be like, oh my God, look at this guy. Someone would have come up to him and been like, sir, can we help you with something?
He hasn't gone full psycho yet.
That's
but
true. He's just putting out candles and acting
will.
like a dickhead.
So Kurgan, he approaches McLeod, tells him that Castigear is dead, so they're the only two left now. Which is like, they've definitely narrowed the shit down.
Yeah, if we've learned anything, that's not going to work.
McLeod turns around to see that Kurgan has shaved all his fucking hair off. I've seen this movie a handful of times now, and every time I forget that he's got no hair.
It's shocking.
And I'm like, fucking
So
shit.
to this point in this scene, they've never shown his face.
Yeah,
and then he
right.
sits down and he's got a super bulbous head because
The bald cap
the
is
bald
not
cap
great.
that they put on him looks fucking terrible.
Yeah,
He
I
looks like
agree.
he's got an alien head.
The way that they show it, it makes it look like he's shaved his head with like his sword.
He is patchy.
Just all botchy. He's got like a single patch and it's kind of all over the place.
He's got all these safety pins in his neck now too. That was fucking weird.
That's a weird flex.
Oh, that's punk rock, man.
The makeup effects were pretty bad, but it was just like, how does that's definitely drawing attention to that scar on your neck, my friend.
But I wonder if that was to be like,
I was wondering, is he starting to break down, or is this like he's just going for a disguise
I think
look?
that he is just going like hardcore into like what he thinks of as 1980s Reagan era depravity.
Well,
like,
and he's-
look at how severe.
He's
I am."
also trying to hide the scar because that was the one thing that the guy reported on him is he had a big scar on his neck. And so I don't know about
Yeah, it was the one thing that the police sketch got right was the scar on his neck.
There you go.
Well, and I don't know about you guys, but I was in theater in high school, so I was a weirdo, but also like,
No, you were good.
well, like, you know, we would have, one of the things I loved about that was that there was like people from all walks of life and interests and all sorts of stuff, but like the punk kids would put safety pins through themselves. Like that was a regular thing and it grossed me out.
Yep.
It was not something that I was into.
I remember seeing it in people's ears and
yeah,
shit,
with
but yeah,
or
that
tongues. Like I knew people had pierced their own tongues with a safety
Ooh.
pin. It's like, you guys are fucked. But like through the neck seems like not so bad now.
Oh my
it was
God.
pretty shocking though, his new look.
Yeah,
right?
It very, very much was.
So Kurgan says he's in disguise now, so no one will recognize him. McLeod demands to know what do you want, basically. Kurgan says he wants McLeod's head and the prize. Kurgan then like starts sexually harassing some nuns. It was pretty gross. Yeah, he was like,
He's big into the tongue in this cathedral.
Yeah.
yes. And this whole last bit of the movie
Yeah.
is bizarre.
It will
But
say Clancy Brown's like doubling down on his
Which,
Kurgan weirdness.
Thank God he was,
Yeah.
because he kept shit interesting
Yeah.
here. But McLeod says Ramirez didn't cut deep enough. Ramirez's blade did not cut deep enough. Fucking odd type shit.
Yes, because Ramirez was busy earning style points for poses and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kurgan says Ramirez was basically a punk who died on his knees. And
Well, but everyone who saw Ramirez die knows that he was standing up. He was not kneeling.
No, he was on his knees. Like he was on his knees
He
at
was
the top of
kinda-
that
I
staircase.
I thought he stood
I
him
feel
up
like
to
he
cut his
did-
head off.
I don't know. He was crouched at
Okay,
most.
he was crouched.
He-
That's
He's in
fine.
between.
I will cede that.
He had like stabbed him through the back and he was like down on his knees at the top of that staircase.
I don't know how it went down exactly. Well, we'll
100%.
trust the expert here.
Yeah.
He was on his knees.
Yeah, he was on his knees.
Then he's like, and I even raped Ramirez's woman before his blood was cold.
Ha ha ha.
Fucking hell. God. Yeah, he's laughing maniacally. It's like, God damn, keep it down, Kurgan.
Yeah, there are
like,
children in
there
here
are people
praying.
everywhere. People are beginning to clear out of the church at this point. McLeod stares Kurgan down. Kurgan deduces that Heather was his woman and not Ramirez's, and she never told you about the rape,
Right.
which was a lot of deducing that was happening based on one look.
Instantaneous.
I mean, he's right. He figures it out. He's a piece of shit about it though.
Then Kurgan really goes in hard on him, saying like she probably didn't tell you about it because she liked it.
Yeah,
she was waiting for
I
me to
gave her
come
something
back.
you never did.
Fuck, that's way across the line. But McLeod grabs him, and Kurgan reminds him, there's a rule, no bloodshed on holy ground, which I had fully forgotten about. But I'm like, oh yeah, they established that early on in a throwaway line. So McLeod says, Kurgan, you can't hide in this church forever.
Mm-hmm.
Kurgan tells him, you're weaker than me. You'll always be weaker than me. McLeod tells him, well, I'll be waiting out front.
He grabs his face, which I was like, ooh.
Oh, wait, who grabbed whose face?
McLeod grabs Kurgan's face and says, I'll be waiting for you right
Let's
out front."
remember that he literally just told him, I'm going to wait for you outside.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, who's going to be waiting for whom?
McLeod is supposed to be on the stoop out there waiting for him to come out or whatever.
Yeah.
Kurgan says, we'll meet soon enough, and then
Later,
laughs
Tater.
maniacally. McLeod leaves. A priest comes over, tells Kurgan, you got to keep it down, buddy. Kurgan marvels that this like God cares about these mortals. The priest tells him, well, he died for their sins. Kurgan says that will be his undoing. And I'm like, what's Kurgan got in mind here? Some sinister shit, it sounds like, if he wins the prize.
Yeah.
I don't know what his plan is. Just he's going to kill God or some type.
Well,
Shit.
I think that with the ability to influence or mind meld with the masses, with scientists or whatever that we learn at the very end of the movie, that it's like people are going to be in for a wake up call.
Yeah, it's never been abundantly clear, but like I assume that we're looking at some sort of Judeo-Christian plunge the earth into 1,000 years of darkness kind of nonsense.
And maybe a plunge out of the Judeo-Christian thing would not be such. Maybe if you broke the mold of that, humanity would be like, "Oh shit, wait, maybe we've been getting it wrong all this time."
It'll just be
I
like
don't
the
know.
Purge full time with because there's plenty of people that I've met who only follow any sort of morality because they have some sort of faith or religion, and so
Yep.
If not for the fear of damnation, I'd be fucking killing
Rape and
anyone
murder.
that cut me
Yeah.
off in
there are
traffic.
people like that, man.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
It is absolutely bonkers. It boggles. That's why when people are like, anyway, that's not. Yeah,
Highlander.
back to Highlander.
The quickening.
It's all the quickening.
So Kurgan takes the priest's hand and then licks it. Tells
That shit's creepy.
it
as
was
fuck.
fucked up, man. He tells the people that are still in the church, basically, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
He's such a good villain.
He is, dude. He's
Clancy
amazing.
Brown
He's
is
born to play a
fucking
bad
killing
guy.
It. Like does all that crazy gyrating and laughing and stuff. I'm into it.
Yeah, that shit had to be ad-libbed. It was lifting some Neil Young lyrics.
Yeah.
So then Kurgan cackles, walks out, where we must assume McLeod is waiting for him.
He just said
He
he'd be
just said this
outside.
was 60 seconds ago. He said, I'm going to wait for you.
McLeod walked outside and called a cab.
No, yeah, he
I
was
can't
gone.
do this now.
He was
I forgot.
gone instantly.
Oh damn! I forgot my sword.
More
I don't
to the
have
point,
a
he's like, oh,
sword.
fuck, I don't have a sword here.
Where's some pipe?
More valuable weapon.
Yeah, I'm better with
Should
the
have been
pipe.
like, give me a street lamp. I'm better with a bow staff.
So Brenda has returned to McLeod's shop where she's looking for him. Rachel's there. She's saying that Mr. Nash isn't here.
Yeah.
Brenda's like, look, Mr. Nash is dead.
Rachel's holding the line.
Yeah, she is. Just then, McLeod comes walking and asks, what are you doing here? He's back at the shop
Yeah,
already.
ran.
So
Yep.
Brenda reveals that she knows that the real Nash died in childbirth many years ago. McLeod takes her to his inner sanctum where she's marveling at his acquired collection of shit.
Yeah, knickknacks and bric-a-brac.
Yeah, there's like this trippy 360 degree shot, like with the
Yeah,
wide
yeah.
angle lens,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
a
yeah.
cool shot.
In his kick-ass split-level room.
Ramirez's outfit was in there.
They're all kind of swords and stuff that she was like, whoa.
Some sweet flag of a mountain on fire.
Are those like trophies of other immortals?
I think probably so. The room is badass.
I was into it. This is his sex lair. McLeod tells her, I've been alive for 4 centuries. I can't die. She's like, well, we've all got our problems, which is, I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Right. Funny. Yeah. Bad writing.
She's wearing the shittiest 80s shoulder pad coat, by the way, in this.
Yeah, she is.
It's got these like chunky stripes and like 5-inch lapels. She looks like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah. It's not great.
She sees that McLeod's holding a dagger. She asks what he's planning to do with that. He puts it in her hand and then tells her his real identity. He says, I am Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel, and I am immortal.
That accent doesn't sound Scottish at all.
His accent had gone to shit at this point.
It fell apart.
It was a third and somehow even shittier accent than we've heard from him thus far in the
Robert
movie.
of Locksley.
Yeah, don't you think he would be Connor of the Clan McLeod at that point also? Like, he wouldn't be Connor McLeod. Like, they didn't have last names.
No.
He was halfway between his Scottish accent and his just
I was born
normal
in
accent.
1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel, and I am immortal.
At least he wasn't doing the Ren and Stimpy accent.
It was some.
You idiot!
I am Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod.
You buffoon! I hate you!
So he takes her hand and he plunges that dagger into his own gut.
What the fuck?
It's a power move.
She screams. He slumps over in pain. He pulls the bloody dagger out. She sees that he's not gonna die, I guess.
And then
but he's
another
bleeding everywhere.
bit of Jesus symbolism. She touches his side wound.
The wound. She puts her fingers in it.
Yeah.
So
You must touch my side.
this shit like gets her really turned on.
She's like,
Apparently,
I'm ready to fuck.
You stabbed
now.
me, so now I'm going to stab you.
The romantic music swells and
The
she
kissing
fucking
is
puts it on him.
awful. The kissing is awful.
They have full sex. He was dicking her all the way down. He was like biting on her nipples and shit.
We cut to naked silhouettes, making it standing up in front of a window to be seen by
Yeah.
the whole fucking neighborhood.
Some big time day for night energy on this also.
She is bent. She is bent back practically in half
He is
while he puts his
gnawing-
open mouth on her chin and then licks her neck and a nip. It's like none of this is sexy. Why? It's like bend backwards. I want you to literally bend like I want you to crinkle at your spine. I want your head touching your like coccyx bone. Like, and it's like, the fuck is happening? This is not sexy. And he's just like licking her neck.
He was, it was odd. It was unlike sex scenes I've seen in other movies because there was a lot of like, I am taking your nipples in my teeth. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm stage kissing your breast.
But then they go to like various bodies and sexual positions, but
It was
Andrew,
it
what
was
were you
by
about to say?
far like the most shots were of Christopher Lambert's ass.
I was having a hard time almost telling who was who in the tangle of limbs that was happening.
that's lovemaking, Kevin.
That was,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell where one
beast
started
with
and the
two
other.
backs.
Two became one.
Then mercifully we cut away.
That's the quickening.
Do you feel that? That's the quickening.
The quickening lasted hours.
So then there was this hell of a jarring cut to Snarling Lions, where the next day, I guess, McLeod and Brenda are at the zoo checking out the fucking big cats.
Chatting it up.
Kurgan's out there hunting for him, and he decided to take a trip to the zoo.
I love that he gives it the old post-coital, it's not going to work. I can't get I can't get
I
involved.
can't get involved with you. He took her to the zoo to tell her basically it was a one-night stand.
Right before that, I hope he said, look at these lions. I can't get involved.
Let's go look at the lions.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you down gently.
That would have been the moment for him to apparate and disappear like other times in this movie.
Yes.
Can't get involved.
I'm not allowed
Gone.
to get involved with you.
I've-
That was weird.
I've
It was
told you-
weird to take her to the zoo basically to dump her.
Yep.
So she tells him that most people are afraid to die, but you're afraid to live. Then we see in the background there's a silhouette of the Kurgan. He's emerged from the shadows. She's telling him basically, take care, don't lose your head. She was pretty like a stand-up human about it. She didn't even like seem that pissed.
Well, in this position, like, what can she do? Like, I'd be like, all right, well,
All right.
I'm leaving town now.
Dickweed.
Bye.
Another weird thing I noticed on this watch when I was watching for details rather than enjoyment was either they lost the original trench coat and then they found one that was like 3 sizes bigger, or he lost like 50 pounds between the first time and this time.
I think it
because
was a bigger trench coat.
it just swallows him in this scene, and I don't understand
Well,
because other times he looks like a badass wearing it. I've advocated for the preppy look that he's got going on. I'm a fan. I know you don't like it, but like in this one, it's like a dress.
I'm into his look. I'm not into his white sneakers. I would say any choice, any different, even if he'd been wearing
I don't
Converse.
like the stonewashed jeans.
Yeah.
The Lee jeans with the trench coat is not great.
Okay.
I'm into all of it. If they had chosen a different footwear, I'd have been like, I can be on board
So if
with
he
this.
just like swapped out to some classic Adidas Sambas, you would have been fine with that look.
If it,
No, we needed dress
I
shoes,
want to
right?
see it. I want to see it first. I want to see what he's
All
wearing.
right.
But in this scene, I was just like, I actually also thought it was interesting that they had her dressed in a tartan jacket.
Ooh, yeah, with the sleeves. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, it's the mechanics of this. She's wearing something different than she was wearing the day before.
Yeah.
So he fucked her back at his place in her big shoulder pad shit.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, let's go to your place.
So you can change clothes.
Change clothes so we can go to the zoo so I can dump you.
I don't want to know that we've had sex when we're at the zoo.
I don't want the lions to know.
Yeah. They'll kill you. Not me. They'll kill you.
Don't tell them.
So now basically she bids him farewell in a very mature manner.
Yeah.
Kurgan sort of recedes back into the shadows.
Yeah.
Later on, Brenda's returning to her place with a fucking load of books. Massive books. What the fuck was that? It was like textbooks?
Swords, sword books.
Ancient religions, maybe?
After a bad breakup, she recedes into the world of metallurgy.
Well, I think that she was maybe she was trying to discover the clue as to
learn more
immortals
about
immortals existence or whatever.
Yeah. But who knows what the fuck she was doing. She gets to her door. Kurgan pops out, popsicle in hand. He's been waiting for her there. He just keeps getting weirder and weirder as the movie goes along,
Right.
but I'm here for it. She goes in her apartment, she barricades herself, but Kurgan bursts through the door, chasing her around the fucking spacious apartment.
And she's like, "Hello, pretty," again.
Hello, pretty hair. there's weird lighting in there.
Yeah, it was like red and
Well,
strange. Yeah.
It's almost like the wall sconces are they're emulating candlelight, and then all the wallpaper's red.
I think that was when that killer song started playing. That I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it was a Queen song or a score
I
song.
don't either.
It probably was Queen though, because it didn't sound like score. But he chases her around for a few seconds, catches her. He's abducted her now. He's driving wildly through the streets of New York City. The music was fucking banging.
Yeah,
I loved this shit that was playing right while they're driving through the streets.
agreed.
He asks, "Have you ever played chicken?" He starts driving the wrong way down a one-way road. He leaves wrecks in his wake and then jumps up on the sidewalk and seems like maybe he ran over pedestrians.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Is that what's happening?
He's
Yeah.
killed pedestrians.
Okay.
I don't love this part. I feel
don't
like
either.
it lasts way too long.
It was long. The only thing I liked about it was the song.
Yeah, the song rocks.
He's just mowing people down, and maybe it's supposed to ratchet up the feeling of desperation on his part because he's supposed to be getting to the climax of his power.
He is getting more and more sort of unhinged.
But all of this seemed gratuitous to me.
Yeah,
True.
Like it was gonna fill time.
I agree with you, Andrew. It's
It
it's
establishes something at the beginning, but it goes on for so long. And this movie's not
Yeah.
it's not a full 2 hours, and it's 3-4 minutes of driving. We haven't had this much sword fighting.
great point. Great point.
It's true.
Yeah, this drive and her Brenda freaking out during the drive, it's a long ass time.
Yes, they definitely, we got the point, filmmakers. But so he's speeding down the streets. All these wrecks are happening back behind them, which I felt like a lot of those wrecks are really nothing to do with him. I'm cars are just plowing into each other.
Yeah, because he's zipping through.
He's running lights, I
he's
guess.
zipping through intersections, and then they're distracted.
Freaking out.
and-
But
yeah.
some of them were he was well clear, and
Yeah.
then two cars just
Yeah.
collide.
Yeah, I agree. But I also love thinking about how much fun probably Clancy Brown was having during this
Oh,
scene.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Because he is just eating this shit up.
So now he cuts it really close driving between two tractor trailers, which was another one of those don't go between them.
Go between them.
All right, go
I said
between them.
Go between
Don't
them.
go between them. Are
I
you
said
crazy?
the same thing.
Of course, man. He starts now singing his rendition of New York, New York as he wrecks a motorcyclist.
And then Freddie starts singing theirs.
Yeah, that was Kurgan was fucking chewing scenery.
Oh, yeah.
Queen's version of New York, New
He's
York
gone
takes
full
over.
mass murder, Kurgan has, at this point.
Totally.
Yeah.
There's no cops anywhere.
No.
By the way. But with the Queen's New York, New York playing, it was the weirdest sort of music and movie action combo, I felt of the film.
In my notes, I was like, did we need any of this? Because it's it doesn't really happen against the backdrop. Andrew, you can jump in here too. I was against the backdrop of the city. I felt like we're on the outskirts. It didn't strengthen the vibe of
He's on
New
his way
York.
out to
Yeah.
Queens or something.
I frankly feel like they could have cut the whole car chase bit out. You show the capturing her in her apartment,
He grabbed her.
and then jump to the voicemail answering machine, answering machine message that McLeod gets in the next bit
Absolutely.
on the most ancient piece of answering machine technology that's ever existed.
It was huge.
That's our blast from the
It was
past.
a reel-to-reel answering
Yeah.
machine, basically.
That's our blast from the
well, and
past.
it's got the turn knob play instead of a button like a regular tape deck.
I think that this could have been undone by making more of the Highlander Castigear duel with Kurgan, And then something else here, maybe like the kidnapping. But man, this car chase bit just did not make sense to me at all.
Yeah.
It dragged the action down, even though it was meant to be an action sequence.
You know, if they needed to fill time, why didn't they have Castigear and McLeod practice? Like have a sword fight, like a, sparring session and discussion to establish him as more of a character. That's 3 minutes they could have added something before Castigear died.
I'm glad if they are indeed remaking this movie, I'm glad they are, because this is a movie where you could remake it into something like special.
It's special now, Kevin.
Oh, true. Touche.
It is. But also it's like the bones are there to like, and I don't say this about a lot of series and previously made movies, but this is one that like could be done and done well with very little effort to explain the mythos behind like what it means to be an immortal, what it means for all of this action to progress. How does it happen? Who needs to kill who when for someone to become, the last one standing.
It carries a lot of potential, like a Philip K. Dick novel where like it's poorly written and all over the place, but the story's there, and then some talented filmmaker can go turn it into Blade Runner. This kind of has that style.
True.
Yep. Agreed.
So hopefully they nail it if there is another one on the way, and I kind of hope there is, actually. But so back at his apartment, McLeod's got that recording of the Kurgan on his ancient answering machine, the prototype answering machine.
The first one.
Basically, Kurgan's saying, I've got Brenda, and I'll be waiting for you. And I guess he told him where he would be, but we don't hear any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rachel is there. She astutely points out that the Kurgan's gone mad. It's like, no shit. But is he getting crazier than he has been in the past?
I think he
is, right?
Yeah, I think he's reached his expiration date because of his murderous spree.
So McLeod grabs his katana, tells Rachel that, I left a letter with instructions for you and a power of attorney. She sort of guesses this means you're expecting that you're not going to be coming back, whether you live or die. And he says, yeah, Nash is dying tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his alter ego in this 80s New York or whatever.
We haven't talked about this yet, but Rachel's kind of a hot older woman.
Dude,
she is. She's a
I
good
found
looking lady.
her smoking hot, dude, especially in the scene where she was like giving the face caress. I was like, these two should be just banging.
Yeah.
Like, those are the nipples you should be biting, Highlander.
Please make me a t-shirt that says those are the nipples you should be biting and 6 degrees of Schwarzenegger.
Highlander. Or just a picture of Christopher Lambert's face. These are the nipples you should be biting.
It could be my date night t-shirt.
Oh, fucking hell.
Actually, you could probably make a bunch of money on that.
Have you seen Lambert lately?
Not since Mortal
He's
Kombat.
had like a lot. It seems like he's had a lot of Botox. He's kind of got like a Mickey Rourke looking thing
Oh,
going.
no,
I feel
that's
like.
a shame.
He looks like someone's grandma. But anyway, yeah. So Highlander tells Rachel, he basically he's walking out the door. He's leaving. He tells Rachel, it's a kind of magic. Which is like, fucking, why are you saying that, dude? You creepy fucking prick.
Well, he said that to her when she was a child.
He did. It's a callback, but it's also just the line gets fucking weird line, and then his delivery makes it even weirder.
Yeah.
Even when he said it to her as a child, I made a note. He's like, "Hey, it's a kind of magic."
It's a fucking
and it's like,
pedophile's
hey,
line.
It seems weird. And then when he said it here, I was like, I know it's supposed to be paying off the thing you said earlier, but it's still not. It's like doesn't like. You're not doing it right.
I would rather he had sung it like, it's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic.
Yeah.
Lambert, all he's delivering is just weirdness.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting
The man
from
doesn't
him.
speak English.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's
that's
learned
also
English
true.
for this movie, basically, is my understanding. So now we cut to rooftop. McLeod has found Brenda. She's bound to this big rooftop sign, Silver Cup, which was like a film studio out in Queens.
Still is.
Still is?
Yeah.
I think they filmed a lot of, I assume they filmed on their sound stages.
Lots and lots of shows still filmed there, apparently.
And basically, let's film on the roof. What I had read was originally this thing was supposed to end on like the top of the Statue of Liberty, and then it was supposed to be like, well, maybe it's going to be in an amusement park, and just to keep the budget down, they were
Right.
like, why don't we just film it on the roof of the studio where we're filming all the other shit?
Perfect.
So he climbs up to rescue her. He somehow doesn't notice that the Kurgan's also up there.
Is he blocking his quickening?
It's a kind of magic.
He can't feel the stag.
Yeah. Kurgan drops.
Stag boner.
Kurgan pops out. They get to sword fighting. As usual with these immortal fights, there's like sparks flying everywhere. Kurgan gets knocked down off the catwalk.
I was also not surprised to see a healthy amount of steam on that roof.
Yeah, very steamy on these rooftops.
Oh, so much steam.
But yeah, they're fighting. Kurgan gets knocked off the catwalk, but he starts hacking away at the beams, I guess, from down below.
There's so much major continuity issues here. So
It's a mess.
So a Kurgan battles McLeod. He fights him to the end of a catwalk. Next shot, McLeod, swordless, swings down like he's on some parallel bars onto the next level that he was just on. Picks up his sword and get back in the fight.
Is this before or after he ziplined?
Before. This is all before he
up on the
ziplines.
sign still?
So I'm like, there's so much continuity issues like with this fight that I was like, oh.
No, that's just the quickening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of magic.
But yeah, Kurgan, he starts like sort of hacking away. He's like threatening to knock the whole entire sign down.
Mm-hmm.
This is where McLeod is just like, peace out, Brenda, and zip lines down off the sign. They start sword fighting now down below.
He just narrowly avoids like flying off the building.
Right. They start fighting. The whole sign is sort of falling apart. Letters are falling one by one.
One must think about if he had flown off the side of the building.
It wouldn't matter.
It would have been a momentary inconvenience.
Yeah, he would have just had to limp his ass back up.
He could have jumped off a few floors, wait a few minutes, and walk right back up.
Hey,
let those bones
I'm down here
fuse
now.
or whatever's happening.
Yeah, it's like so much of this fighting is like, all I need to do is cut off your head.
It's inconsequential. Nothing matters except a decapitation.
Like people like taking extra special care not to fall. The only reason it makes sense to do that is because it's going to take you 8 minutes to walk up a flight of stairs or whatever.
If you have a shattered leg as well, it's probably like going to slow you down.
Right. Anyway.
But yeah, the the sign is sort of falling apart, but very slowly, like letter by letter is falling off the sign.
Kurgan is like chopping it to bits.
Debris is hitting the rooftop water tower and knocks that over. Water spills everywhere. It was like kind of a badass action set piece.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like as I was like, oh, this is where all the money went, obviously. As McLeod and Kurgan, they're fighting in the water now. Blue lightning is fucking everywhere. They blew out the blue lightning budget on this last.
I also
part
want
of
to
the
point
movie.
out that like nothing was ever made of the fact that a Kurgan's sword can be disassembled.
Yeah, it should have
and put
just
in a
broken
case.
at some point.
Nope.
Like nothing ever. It was like, oh shit!
That was just a
It
cool.
just looked cool earlier.
detail.
He could keep it in a backpack.
I was thinking about him sword fighting in this scene and being like, so what?
Yeah, dude. No,
Yeah.
it's never. There never was relevant.
Nope.
What I'm surprised
was-
by in this scene is that there's blue lightning going up and down their sword blades the whole time, which suggests that there's electricity in the water, and they seem unbothered by the fact that they're being fucking electrocuted.
That's a great point.
But can that hurt them? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure it would hurt them. Like they get hurt when they get stabbed. So like, why not?
Or
hurt?
drowned. Drowning is uncomfortable until they're not drowned anymore.
They clearly
So,
feel
like,
pain.
So they should stop and like convulse and be like electrocuted and then be like, and then walk it off. Or do they keep being electrocuted until they get out of the electrocuted water?
I don't know what the fuck was happening anymore, man. I was just like, I'm just here for the show, baby.
Yeah.
I'm just here to wait. I'm just waiting for Highlander to chop
I'm waiting
Kurgan's
for
head
the
off.
big blue lightning. Thank you.
Now McLeod ducks down under the water for some reason. McCurgan's looking around,
Gotta
and he
hide.
also goes under the water. And McLeod pops up from the water, and Kurgan pops up behind him, and the sword fight's back on. So that was a few moments of screen
Everyone
time.
is stabbing blindly, which again, why are you stabbing?
Yes.
You know you can't kill him. Chop
Chop
only.
only.
Chop it. El Chapo. The section of the sign that Brenda's on starts to tip over, It leaves Brenda like dangling off the edge of the building because the sign's fully fallen over. Now she's able to climb safety and free herself somehow.
Mm-hmm.
She was bound to the thing. Now she's free.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was bound, and then as soon as it topples over, she's
I'm not bound anymore.
Yeah.
But as the fight rages on between McLeod and Kurgan, they fall through this skylight down into the huge empty warehouse type space below, soundstage, I guess it would be. They get up, they keep on fighting. I thought it was pretty dope, actually, the way it was all backlit.
Yeah,
and
I love
the look of it was cool.
That
The
was very cool.
silhouettes.
It's a cool scene.
So Brenda incredibly fastly makes her way down to where they are because she's there instantly.
Yeah. Yep.
Kurgan seems like he's getting the upper hand on the fight. Seems like maybe he's ready to finish McLeod off. Brenda pops out, hits Kurgan in the back with a piece of pipe. There's never not a piece of pipe lying around in this movie.
She ought to have given that pipe to McLeod because it's the only weapon he's good with.
He's a pipeman.
Yeah, he's a pipeman. He's a bow staffman. He's Donatello. He's not Leonardo. Come on.
So Kurgan slowly stalks Brenda, and when he's going to kill her with his sword, McLeod blocks the swing, and he says, "What kept you?" to Brenda, which is the first time in this whole movie that he's shown any type of a sense of humor.
And also nothing kept her. She was down there immediately.
She literally teleported.
It was a wet fart of a moment.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sword
It was
fighting
loose-assed.
between McLeod and Kurgan is back on. McLeod has renewed vigor. The music gets triumphant as shit, and McLeod seems to take control. McLeod slashes Kurgan across the belly. Why? I don't know.
What are you wasting time for?
Kurgan seems like he's maybe holding his guts in with his hand, and his eyes get like really dilated or dark and huge.
He gives a Jedi salute before charging. Finally,
This is at the final moment.
Yeah, he's like holding his guts in. Shit picks up.
Kurgan seemed like he was like fucking orgasming from having his like being disemboweled.
I think that he felt, and I wondered, is it because he'd been alive so long that he's like, fucking finally, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Finally.
Maybe. I don't know what was happening.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, even though the stabbing or the slicing of the stomach is a little bit weird, this is the like legit sword fight of the movie. Like this, they actually do some stuff here. It lasts for a few minutes. They actually seem to be fighting rather than just like, oh, I'm going to shrug you off and chop your head off. So like, I feel like all of the fight choreography went into this scene.
Yeah, agreed. All of this whole part before is shot for shot the exact move sequence as the Ramirez versus Kurgan fight.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the same choreography?
All of McLeod's moves are the exact same as Ramirez moves.
Interesting.
All of his poses that he makes with the swords and stuff are shot for shot the same moves that he makes.
So they redid the same
And that's
fight?
what I said. I was like, they saved a shit ton of money by teaching two actors the same fight choreography and they're just doing the fight over again.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Like, because all of McLeod's sword poses are the same as Ramirez's sword poses.
You listeners can't see this, but John is posing in the room right now, and it's amazing.
In the Highlander sword pose, the one that they show, like it's on the TV show, like it becomes a trademark of the Highlander series.
There can be only one pose.
That's right. That's what they teach in Highlander school. Well, you got to do it this way or it's not
This
gonna
is
work.
the way. This is the way. So now Kurgan's making one last lunge at McLeod. Who sidesteps and slashes. There's this sort of pregnant pause where we're not quite sure what happened. They stare at each other down, and then Kurgan's head sort of just tilts back gruesomely, and like magic spills out of his neck. Kurgan's head basically falls off, I guess.
It's like
magical energy comes erupting out of his neck.
Yeah.
Dude must have been like the most powerful immortal, right? Like he's got centuries,
he killed the most
eons worth of millennia worth of magic stored up in him. The quickening is spraying everywhere.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, he smiles, his head like peels back off his body. There's a lot of blue light erupting out of the neck hole. His arms are still trying to fight.
Yeah.
Brenda's like watching all this and all. The camera pushes on a McLeod, and then there's like, and then he does
the terrible
one.
The terrible delivery. There can be only one.
And then shit, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, dude. All the windows explode out of the building behind McLeod. The blue lightning and energy monsters are swirling around.
Yeah, what is
happening?
This is what I was talking about earlier.
Every
it's
quickening is different.
Yeah.
But this one is like, it's full of the tormented souls that the Kurgan had absorbed.
Yeah,
Sure.
the souls bit is a little bit odd. Like the blue lightning I would have been fine with, but yeah, the
The
idea
blue
that
lightning is
there are like
established.
ghosts flying all around seems very strange. It's new. It doesn't make any sense.
Crudely animated like demons and shit.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to think of some other, like in Ghostbusters, but worse. Like some of those, some of those like phantoms that like squirt around, and you're like, what
It happened
what
a
are
little bit in
these?
Conan when like Conan
yeah.
died and the ghosts came to take him away, but they didn't get him
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, so McLeod like levitates up off the ground. Brenda's looking on in amazement. McLeod then starts to yell out, "The quickening overpowers me. I know everything. I am everything." It's like, this is a
Wait,
weird
what?
time for very detailed exposition
Yeah.
about exactly what I'm experiencing. Let me speak it out loud.
Well, this
yeah.
is the first and only time that we've gotten any description of what the hell happens with the prize. Like it could have
Yeah,
been
this has
established
gotta be-
earlier on of like knowing everything, being everything. If they had set up some sort of situation where they were like demigods or gods or some kind of thing.
Or it even momentarily reiterated the fact that Highlander, Castigear, and Kurgan were the only three left. And that when Castigear died, there were only two left.
Mhm.
Like to be like, all right, well, this is it. This is the magic throwdown. But instead it was just like, well, back to business as usual. One guy killing another guy. And
There wasn't a lot of build up and like, yeah, it wasn't as epic as it should have been.
And you'd think also that like if the powers transferred between them, like he would have known half the stuff, a quarter of the stuff. He would have been a quarter powerful if.
Interesting. Do you know if you are an immortal that has killed people, do you know stuff?
Do you know the shit they knew?
Or
That's what
are
you're
you
saying?
are you just strengthened by their immortal fervor or whatever?
I mean, it strikes me that like if at the end the prize is whatever shared from whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's not established well enough.
No, I'm with you. Like at the end, you like if you absorb all the stuff at the very end, if you're the last guy.
Yeah.
But like before that, have you absorbed anything?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a weird exploding head that is clearly styrofoam in this bit also that like
Yep.
suggests
Wait,
that
whose
maybe
head
they didn't
exploded?
think it all the way through and they were just like, what if a head explodes? I don't know.
Was it Kurgan head?
No.
What head exploded?
It's McLeod's. It's seemingly a model of McLeod's head.
As he's all the quickening is rushing into him.
The quickening.
Among the like last seconds, he like magically converts to a styrofoam head and then it explodes. If you go frame by
Oh,
frame,
man.
it gets weird.
But yeah, like, this is the bit where McLeod's like being thrashed around in the air.
Yeah.
And stuff. These wires are visible as fuck
Oh yeah,
that
they
are holding him up.
Yeah, specters flying in and out of him.
Yeah. He's being penetrated.
Yeah.
He's being
He's making
violated.
sex noises
Oh,
while he does somersaults in the air.
quickening. It penetrates me. But so he plops on the ground, spent. Brenda comes to hold him in her arms. We
Oh,
fade
baby.
to the Scottish Highlands. We're back at square
Where
one.
Professor Xavier's X-Men jet flies away in the background.
What the fuck was that? There's a fighter jet zoomed through.
yeah.
I was watching that being like, is that supposed to mean that he's like super wealthy and they've just dropped him off? Or I was like, that's the X-Men jet.
Is it Wonder Woman's invisible plane?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was. That was bizarre. Yeah, I didn't notice until like my final viewing. I think I wasn't watching the screen. I'm like, holy shit, a fighter jet just flew through. Some Maverick,
Which
type
means that
Top
was
Gun
probably
shit.
in Wales.
You know.
Because there's a big RAF
Oh, that could
base
be the
out-
very end, and maybe it's
out in
Wales.
Wales.
So Brenda
I could see that.
is asking McLeod, describe the prize. He says it's like a whirlwind in his head, but if I focus, I can tell what's happening and what people are thinking all over the world, and I can help people, and I can help them understand each other.
That's including presidents, diplomats, scientists.
Scientists, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Seems dubious to me.
So Brenda, making it all about herself, says, well, why don't you tell me what I'm thinking?
Bitch.
And he says, you're thinking whether or not you can love me. You can. I'm just like you. I can love and have children. So that's a big change, I guess, in his lifestyle. I can live and grow old. That's weird.
So, all right. So let's
What's
pause,
happened
let's
right
pause
now?
for a moment and talk about then what the prize is.
Mortality.
If you have the prize,
You can choose
It's-
mortality.
yeah, it's clairvoyance. It is the ability to bear children. Now you are now virile. Or
It's what's
you
her
have the-
name? What was whose Liv Tyler in Lord of the Rings?
Arwen.
I choose a mortal
Arwen,
life.
yeah.
I choose immortal life.
You can choose a mortal life, I guess.
But it's part and part, right? Because he can also die. So, but if he doesn't die, does he just live forever? Like if
I
he's
don't
not
know.
killed, like if he
Generally, that logic checks out. If he doesn't die, then he would live forever.
right? So that's what I'm saying is like unless something befalls him, like an attack or something.
Oh, if he's not
Then he
killed.
just
No,
lives-
I feel like he would die of old age.
Okay, so he is now mortal. Except
Well, he could choose to be. I don't know that he did choose to be.
okay, so you think that it is a straight up Arwen thing where she can choose.
I mean,
to
I
be
can
mortal.
choose to have children and live a mortal life. I can choose to remain immortal. I'm omnipotent,
Okay,
right?
okay,
Yeah, I think
That's what I gathered.
I think in his all powerfulness as the prize, he can choose to be or do whatever he wants, which is
Well, what happens? Clue us in on the sequels. Like, does he stay this immortal Highlander?
no. People keep popping up out of nowhere that are also immortals. Then there's the whole alien bit.
That flies in the face of there's only one left. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, there's
that's the flaw of this franchise.
well, yeah, it does not lend itself to being a franchise because it suggests that this is it. If they had made a move in the vein of what like the Matrix, the second Matrix movie suggested, which is that the one gets redistributed back into all of the other, like
Yes.
that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, the quickening gets divvied up into 1,000 more
Yeah,
new
and-
immortals.
And then new immortals come back and they just do the same thing, or like you get to live your life, but then once you die as a mortal, now you get to use your time to shape the world as you wish as omnipotent. And then once you die, then it's distributed back into other immortals. There were so many directions that this could have been taken, and they chose the weird ones that didn't make any
Well,
sense.
they probably they chose the ones that had honestly like really good kernels of a story, and then just didn't expand any
Yeah.
of them, which
yeah,
is a shame.
it's strange the way this plays out. But what happens now, the ghostly like apparition, I guess, of Ramirez appears. And we see a montage of the earlier action of the movie. Ramirez is saying, patience, Highlander, you've done well, but it'll take time. You are generations being born and dying. Okay. You are at one with the living things. Each man's thoughts and dreams are yours to know.
That's
you
not-
have power beyond imagination. Use it well, my friend. Don't lose your head.
I don't like any of that.
No.
Like the whole last half of that, I'm like, that's not cool at all.
I don't even know what it means. to
It
be
means
honest.
he's
You are
Bran Stark.
generations-
He's Bran Stark at the end of fucking Game of Thrones, the TV series, where it's like, well, we'll make him king because he's plugged into the Matrix
Yeah.
and he can manipulate it.
He's like a mortal god is what it kind of presents. And then he just plants the worst kiss that's ever been filmed on
Oh,
Brenda.
it's terrible.
Man,
They start making out.
he would swallow her whole head if his jaw would open far enough.
That's what he
dressed for-
unhinged his jaw.
Dressed for summer on the Cape.
No, I felt like they had the same hairstyle now too.
And clothes, jeans, and that white
Yeah.
sweater.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're summering on the Cape.
Yeah,
Ta.
absolutely. Muffy. But yeah, fucking, and then roll credits.
And that's
that was.
Yeah.
I felt like they wanted to wrap the movie up as quick as fucking possible.
Well, that's why it's like you got to move through this thing so that people don't have time to ask questions.
Yeah.
Get them out of the theater. Get the next batch of
Right.
That's the thing is
viewers
like
in.
now you watch it on Amazon, you can pause it and read, trivia about the film in real time. So it's a much different animal than it would have been being 8 or 9 years old and watching it. So
I agree with what you said earlier, where if you were in the theaters or at home watching on video and you saw this as a 10-year-old or 12-year-old,
I'd be like, this
you think
fucking
this fucking killer.
yeah.
I'm trying to imagine myself as a discerning adult watching it in the theater in 1986, if I would have liked it or not. And I can't really imagine I would have thought it was good.
This is not a film for discerning adults. This is a film for us.
Yeah.
It's a film for
It
80s
well, that's the
kids.
thing too is that
Oh no, I meant us as adults.
yeah, but now and like I've been thinking a lot about this in the past few weeks, especially watching this movie, but like looking at the things that are coming out on Netflix and Amazon and everything else. And yes, I will say to HBO's credit, to Amazon's credit, that there are some big high fantasy things out there, which I am totally into.
Yeah.
But I think that revisiting something like this and really fleshing it out with some talented writers could revive it.
Yeah.
in a big way.
I mean, the story in general is very pulp. Like it has that same kind of high fantasy thing of like, we're just going to crank some stuff out. We're going to create a mythos and then just like run with it.
Yeah.
Where the quality of the storytelling or the quality of the presentation matters less than the like buying into the big picture story of these immortals who battle to win the prize kind of thing, which I think is probably what was what about it appealed to me when I was young, and still
Totally.
appeals to me this day of like, this is a silly movie and I get that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of rooting for him, even though he's a creepy weirdo.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, I can imagine watching this and being like, well, I know that's the good guy and I know this is the bad guy. And I don't care because Blue Lightning and everyone's sword fighting and Sean Connery's in this. And it's awesome. It's very cool.
There was cool stuff happening. There was enough like interesting subject matter. I feel like that
And
you're
it's
like,
fucking
this is something,
beautiful.
and it was probably at the time, I'm sure it was like, it felt very original and something like different
Yeah.
than what you've seen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're jumping around in time. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
I haven't
cool.
really seen that before. Like this guy's immortal. He's like lived in medieval times. He's lived in wars. He's lived in whatever revolutionary times.
Yep.
Modern day. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Is oddly to me, the movie was like a financial bomb when it came out.
Mm.
The budget of the movie was 19 million and apparently only made 13 million.
Mm.
So it lost money, but it developed this cult following and spawned like 6 movie sequels and 3 TV series. I've seen them like, well, obviously there's something to the concept
Yeah.
that people are into and people keep trying to make it work. And I think it could be made to work. I hope this new version that's happening in the works, like with the director of John Wick, I hope it happens. I hope it's great. There's really no reason that it couldn't be good.
Agreed.
I think several of the things that it spun off as well were anime or cartoon.
Yeah, there was
animation.
I think there was 2
stuff.
animated series and one live action
And-
series.
Like animated series seem like the thing that would really allow this to thrive. So I hadn't realized that until this conversation or lead up to this. And so I kind of want to go back and check out what that's like. I could see a comic. I'd read a comic of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That must exist. I think it's become a franchise in all different type
Yeah.
of media.
But I mean, like if they can make what's it called? Big Trouble in Little China into a series of graphic novels.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Sure.
this belongs in the graphic novel series.
Yeah,
This falls in the same genre as Big Trouble in Little China, like an
totally.
original sort of mystical.
Where your hero's a little bit less of a jackass, but no less like there's tons of mystical forces happening around that, like a real life, like an everyday person, like someone that you would see walking down the street, but also happens to have been alive for 400 years.
Yeah. It clearly touched a nerve with people because it became a thing.
It's a phenomenon.
I was shocked when I saw that the sequel had Sean Connery in it. Again, I'm like, fucking Sean Connery came back for another one? I would have thought this was like a money grab payday for him.
Especially since in and around like when he did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he was like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing shit like this, and I'm only doing movies that I want to do.
I mean, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen made him retire from acting entirely.
I don't know when the sequel to this came out, but it must have been around like Last Crusade times, which I would have thought like, oh damn, you're like, that's as good as it gets, right? You're doing Indiana Jones with Spielberg and Harrison Ford.
When was Last Crusade?
89?
Yeah, it was 89.
I don't know when the sequel to this came out, but I bet it was not with more than a year or two removed.
Shit.
Well,
that's
and
crazy.
like the very next year, he did Untouchables. In 87, he did
Untouchables. He got his
Untouchables.
Oscar.
So like,
he
just kind of
that movie
believed
recently.
in this.
Oof.
I guess.
What's crazy was, okay, so he did, first of all, he filmed his entire appearance in this movie filmed in 1 week. So they was just like shooting at a manic pace, I guess. But also, he came back for the sequel, which was like only the second time in his career that he played a character, the same character in more than one movie, the other time being like Bond.
Interesting, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, damn. All right, you never did other like sequels to any other whatever the fuck shit you were doing. Like, but I guess that
Didn't
makes sense
exist
when I
at
think
that
about
time.
it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think he had a blast doing it. I think he liked filming in Scotland. I think he liked that they let him drink during filming.
I mean, I think he's been a man that's been like willing to make a gamble. Like that's how he ends up in Zardoz and that weird,
yeah,
that shit was crazy.
underwear bandolier costume.
I've never seen it. I've seen the outfit only, and damn. Okay, Sean.
Rocking it.
Yeah, he did. Did he have a ponytail in that as
Hell
well?
Yeah.
Good wig work in this movie for Connery.
Mhm.
Because he must have been bald as a motherfucker.
He's been bald.
And that
Yeah.
wig looked good on him. So they
Yep.
blew all the money because every
On
other
the
bit
wig
of
budget.
makeup and wig effects looked
It
shitty.
was on Sir
all
Sean's budget.
Connery's wig.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a BYO wig.
He's like, I'll bring my own from home. It'll be great.
I've got a piece for this.
Remember how good his fake hair looked in The Rock?
Yeah, shit. I thought when I saw that movie, I was like, damn.
He got hair again. It grew
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Fucking it grew back.
He was bald as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Fucking A. I love Sean Connery. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, is that the end of this movie?
We made it.
That's it.
Nothing. We don't know how it ends.
No stone is left unturned, as always.
Yeah.
All the loose threads are tied up.
Yeah.
Priceless insight from Andrew, our
Shit,
favorite guest,
Thank you.
The number one guest.
our number one guest, our number one fan, probably.
I'm a big
as
fan.
well.
I listen every week.
That's amazing. But you're my hero too, Andrew. so
You're too good for
That's
us.
weird.
You're too good for us, actually. I'm waiting for you to launch your own podcast. When's it coming out? How early? What's the process like?
I don't know. We're talking. So we were talking music at the beginning of this episode, I want to say, or the beginning of last episode. So some friends and I are starting a podcast called Used to Be Cool, where we just talk about music.
You're trying to get people to listen to like new shit.
Yeah, new finds or like
New
going
good stuff.
into
I love
to
that.
deep dives into individual artists. Or one of the episodes we're talking about is doing like a what was your like teen angst song when you were 16, and just like sharing them blind
Love it.
on tape where we discuss and talk
Hell
it through.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll shoot it out, and yeah, y'all can share
Absolutely.
it with your group.
We'll plug the shit out of it.
Oh, that's
Definitely.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Then y'all can be guests with me and talk through music, because that would be awesome.
Dude, I can't
Ooh.
wait to tell you about my first albums I ever owned. there was some scandalous shit.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
I think when I got a CD player, I got a CD player was probably like 92,
Okay.
something like that. First albums were the Aladdin soundtrack,
nice.
Hell yeah.
Crisscross.
Oh, Daddy Mac will make you. I had that
I got a Michael Bolton album
one. Ooh, interesting.
from my aunt. My aunt gave me. I got Michael Bolton, a Tears for Fears, and a Duran Duran.
Nice.
All it's like just
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
all over the place with the Kenny G, and I got a Kenny G album.
I knew you were gonna fucking say
Man.
that, because I was thinking of him being like, My parents gave me a Kenny G album.
Who the fuck was listening? People were listening, man, in 1991, 92.
That man has made a lot of money.
Oh yeah, he has.
Anyway,
yeah, we're gonna be. I want
that's
to
a
be
little
on
sneak
that podcast.
preview. I'm down.
Awesome.
Andrew, we love you. Thanks for coming on as always. Listeners, thanks for listening
Hell
as
yes.
always.
We know this has been a long series, but it's been worthwhile.
Andrew's got something he wants to say over there.
I was going to
see
say I
him.
love you guys. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, always, dude. So we'll start looking forward to the next thing. You used to teach, right?
I did.
You were a teacher at some point. So
Yeah,
when
I
we do
taught.
Kindergarten Cop, I'm feeling like you're the man.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, absolutely.
I love Kindergarten Cop.
I love it too, dude. That's a fucking
It's one of my
classic
favorites
Arnold
from growing
movie. So we'll get to that at some point. Look forward to that, and probably in the new year, folks.
Amazing.
In the meantime, keep strong,
Keep listening.
keep lifting those weights, keep taking your vitamins and saying your prayers.
And
We'll be back.